Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the white trunks trimmed with red and black. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 118.9 ready pounds. As a professional, his record stands 7 victories against 6 defeats. 3 of those victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de San Luis Potosí, Mexico, introducing Luis Fernando, 7 Barrios Saavedra. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the camo print trimmed with red. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 118.3 solid pounds. As a professional, he stepped in the ring tonight undefeated. 8 wins with 0 losses with 1 bout even. 3 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Santa Ana, California, introducing Mario El Gallito Hernandez. Once again, your referee in charge, Raul Caes Jr., to give the final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, to receive the instructions from the dressing room, know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron las instrucciones que una pelea limpia. Legal punches, here for you. Legal punches, a ver, están un poco subidos. Legal punches, golpes legales aquí para touch gloves, left to both of you.
Raul Caes Jr., the 3rd man in the ring. Let's look at the tail of the tape, Doug Fisher.
Yes, Saavedra is 6 years younger at age 22, and he is 3 inches taller. And he has a very slight reach advantage.
Should be a good scrap in our main event. The first time that Mario Hernandez in the camouflage trunks is a main event. Saavedra, 22 years old. 118 pounds. Mario Hernandez El Gallito. He's got the black gloves. He's 8-0-1, 3 stoppages. Saavedra, 7-6, 3 KOs. Not much power expected in this one, but these guys trade. They'll stand in with each other. Should be a fun fight.
Yeah, they're very confident boxers.
And on our Facebook, everybody in San Luis Potosí says that after every round they need to drink a beer or a shot.
Saavedra looks like he's in good shape, huh? I'm just looking at his physique.
Yep. 22 years old.
And he had time to prepare for this fight, which he doesn't always have.
No, he's usually have gloves, will travel kind of guy.
Yeah.
Actually had 8 weeks of training camp for this one. Trained by his dad, Fernando Saavedra. Oh! Up Hernandez with the left.
That's a knockdown.
Yes, it is. Hernandez was open. Hit the canvas here. It's the first time in his career he's gone down. See how he reacts. Right hand from Saavedra. Saavedra trying to load up.
Yeah, Saavedra is dropping bombs, and he's doing it from different stances, orthodox and southpaw.
Second time fighting on a Thompson card is Saavedra.
Now,
He comes to fight.
The last time was last October.
Yep.
And that was against Saul Sanchez.
Yep, they went at it pretty good.
Yeah, was that a close fight?
It was a close fight. Saul Sanchez won unanimous, but Saavedra came to scrap that night. It was Sal's toughest fight. And Sal, that was also one where Sal broke his pinky during that fight.
Yeah, and Sanchez was 10-0.
Yep.
Yeah, so he was a prospect.
Saavedra loading up. You hear Hector saying, keep your hands up to his fighter, Mario Hernandez El Gallito. He got dropped early in the round.
Yeah, Hernandez has got to get that jab going, and Hernandez, to be effective, he's got to get in close. He cannot be at arm's length. He cannot be from a distance or mid-range. He will get clipped every time.
He's getting hit with that left. Now he gets hit with the right. The right hook. That left is wide open, isn't it, Doug? Solid round para el 7. Fernando Saavedra.
Let's get a look at this knockdown. So there was a straight left from the southpaw stance, a leaping right hook, and another is the right hook that put him down. There was a straight left that landed, and then a right hook, and kind of a delayed effect. Hernandez goes down.
Jose Licea, jump in the ring. Hell no, I ain't gonna mess up my makeup. Come on now. Second round. The question is, how will Mario Hernandez react after getting dropped for the first time in his career?
I tell you what, Hernandez looked rather flustered walking back to his corner at the end of that opening round.
And that's also, see how young fighters do it. Doug, Hector Salcedo Vega says, do fighters get 8 rounds fights based off of experience? How does that happen?
Yeah, it's experience, whether it's from the amateurs or from their pro experience. And you know, sometimes they just have the talent where the promoter, the management, the trainers, the matchmakers, they can tell just by watching 1 or 2 4-rounders that they can hang in an 8-rounder, but that's very rare.
As Saavedra is clipping him at will.
Yeah, Hernandez cannot find his range yet. He's trying to feint his way inside, but he's not letting his hands go. He's become apprehensive, Beto.
Now, this was supposed to be the co-feature. It got elevated to the main event because Pedro Moreno from Sacramento fell sick this week. So a chance to showcase as a main event Mario Hernandez, and he's struggling here with Luis Saavedra. Don't let the record fool you at 7-6. Saavedra had over 100 amateur bouts, won some silver gloves in Mexico.
And I think his amateur record was 96-6.
Jose Licea points out maybe the height's giving Hernandez some problems too.
Absolutely, the height and the reach of Saavedra. But it's not just the ranginess of Saavedra, it's the unpredictability of these punches. He has a varied offense.
The different angles.
Yes.
Stop! No, 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 no.
He's punching from different angles, from different stances, and he's constantly changing and switching it up. And he's got good timing, too.
Now, Hernandez's 3 stoppages have been TKOs, where the referee jumped in and was never a big one-hitter quitter. He doesn't have that kind of power.
Now, Hernandez looks like one of those fire plugs that's got to get in there and outwork you and wear guys down.
That's exactly it, and he's bleeding from the mouth now.
And he doesn't have that game going right now. He's not in his rhythm.
Good left, good right from Hernandez.
He's trying, and nice shots to the body. Not a lot of leverage on those punches, but at least he's getting his hands moving. As I get the feeling that Hernandez is more effective coming forward, and I think he landed a right hand.
Yes, he did.
That momentarily stunned Saavedra.
Fun fight breaking out here at the Doubletree in Ontario. Thompson Boxing, 19th year in the business. And they're putting on a show here in the main event. What up, Nacho Zuniga? True Boxing? Got to be a dog in this one. Nacho actually picked Mario Hernandez, and he's making me look bad. Look at replays here, Dougie.
That was a hell of a round, too. And Hernandez is having some success here, backing Saavedra to the ropes. Hernandez is way more effective when he's letting his hands go and coming forward, even though he still continues to catch flush shots from Saavedra. And the referee has something to say?
Yeah, Caiz Jr. comes in. You see them working on the bridge of the nose of Mario Hernandez. He said that cut, result of a punch.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of head clashes.
Jimmy Rosner watching in Toronto, eh? What's happening? Jimmy, I read a story today in the New York Times. In Toronto, get this, Doug, if you want to play hockey, recreational for grown-up, if you're a goalie, they pay you $50. There's an app in Toronto that has guys that are goalies, because it's hard to find a goalie.
I see.
Where you can go on this app and they find you and you guys play 3-4 games a night.
That's how popular hockey is.
Oh! He's hurt.
Yeah, that buzzed Hernandez.
Yes,
That was a big right hand.
That cracked him. Hernandez needs to cover up and he's trying to hold on. As Saavedra is loading up el 7. Se mira fuerte.
All of these power punches that are hurting Hernandez, they're landing from mid-range and from a distance, from arm's length. I think it would behoove Hernandez to get inside and just smother Saavedra.
As Saavedra is starting to load up and tee off. And Hernandez keeping his hands low.
Yeah, Hernandez needs to work the body, and even those punches that stray low, just keep them coming.
I can hear Hector Lopez across from us telling his fighter Hernandez, go to the body, get
Yes.
close. His fighter's not listening though.
Yeah, but that's good advice from Hector Lopez. He understands from what range his fighter is effective at, and his fighter is way more effective inside than he is outside. Outside, he's a sitting duck because he just doesn't have the head movement, doesn't have the upper body movement, and he's not fleet of foot. He's kind of flat-footed in there, so he turns himself into a heavy bag if he just stands on the outside. He's got to get in close. Try to work angles once he's within inside arm's reach. Saavedra is so tricky. He keeps switching his stances, keeps switching up his punch selection, and he's accurate. His timing is really good with these bombs.
Estás perro, 7. Yes, he is. He's coming tough.
I tell you what, Hernandez is lucky Saavedra isn't working a jab.
Not at all. And this is the kind of fight that he had with Sal Sanchez back in October. Willing to trade the big bombs. So he must be feeling really confident in his power, Saavedra.
Well, I think that's a mistake that Saavedra is making.
He can box him, right?
Yeah. He's the taller guy. He's the rangier guy. He's got a switch hitting ability. Keep him outside of the jab, whether it's from the right hand or left hand. But he's not doing it. Oh!
Again.
That right hand momentarily stunned Hernandez.
Hernandez showing that he can take a punch as he gets stunned twice here in the third round. Another solid one for Luis Saavedra in Ontario. Yeah, Nacho, tell him. I mean, I think everybody else has the clear signal. Sorry, Anthony Perez.
Hernandez trying to get his offense going, but he runs into a right hand, momentarily stuns him. And Saavedra's very smart. He follows up with hooks and crosses. Saavedra landing the right, and there was an uppercut on the inside. Some excellent exchanges in round 2 and 3.
Hector Vega, how was the trash talk in the Chatos game in Mexico when I went? Dude, go watch any sporting event in Mexico. Boxing there, amazing. Doug's actually called the fight in Aguascalientes. No joke. But baseball games, yeah, I mean, they don't stop serving beer. What do you think? Miguel Cubos, the favorite heavyweight, says, Esto, el 7 is dominando, 7 is controlling this fight. So as you're wondering, like, okay, this guy's record is 7-6. It's misleading, Doug. In Mexico, he lost twice. Then he comes to the United States with a record of 7-2. He loses to Brandon Figueroa.
Right, who's like knocking on the door to
Yes.
contender status, but he was pesky in that fight.
He loses to Christian Carto. Loses to Antonio Vargas. Loses to Sal Sanchez. All 4 of those fighters, they go to the distance. All 4 of them undefeated.
Yes. Yeah.
So the record for Saavedra, you got to be real careful.
Let's put it this way, Saavedra has been boxing a lot longer than Hernandez, who had a late start to boxing, didn't turn pro until he was 26. And he had that amateur background, and he's fought much tougher competition than Hernandez. And quality of opposition matters in boxing. It's not all about records.
It could be so misleading. That's Danny Roman, who's now world champion. You hear the instructions. That's Hector Lopez saying, keep your hands up. Another big shot landed.
Hernandez has had some success with the lead right hand. It's been the best punch to get some momentum and allow him to step forward.
Hernandez, 27 years old. Saavedra in white, 22 years old. Hernandez came to the sport of boxing late. Started boxing at the age of 21. He walked into Hector's gym at TKO to work out. They realized, hey, you weigh 115, we could get you some fights.
I'm starting to see a mouse develop under the right eye of Hernandez. That's from the left hands. That's Saavedra lands from the southpaw stance. Saavedra showing some nice head movement, nice upper body movement as he steps forward.
Good right hand from Hernandez.
I told you that lead right hand from Hernandez is best punch, and whenever he lands it, it gives him the opportunity to press the advantage and come forward. That's what he has to do, and he needs to stay on the inside.
Hernandez having a solid round, probably his best one so far.
And he eats a huge right hand off the ropes from Saavedra. Saavedra remains dangerous because of that switch hitting ability.
Saavedra's corner right next to it just told him, don't get too confident. 4th round winding down, a good one breaking out between Saavedra and Hernandez. Double tree in Ontario. There you go, keep it coming, fellas. The main event. So far tonight, we've had a stoppage for Leo Ruiz, stoppage for Richard Brewer. Julio Acosta goes the distance. Ruben Torres with the stoppage. As we head now to the 5th, look some highlights from this fight.
Yeah, round 4 was another heater. Saavedra was the man who landed the flush power shots. You see the right cross, the right hook, because he was in a southpaw stance at that moment. He lands it again. Lands the overhand left. And you see Saavedra has the ability to land punches while backing up.
Jose Lucia says, great announcers. Yeah, Doug is awesome, man. We have a lot of fun with it. We told you guys it's your show. Ace of SoCal, party at Misty's afterwards, yes? I think it's 80s night. The lounge here, Doug, where we could go have a cocktail afterwards. They charge you $5, right?
Yeah.
But if you show them your room key, free entry, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, free entry at Misty's. Greg Alvarez, you are so right.
I tell you what, for a late sub main event, this is turning out to be a worthy headliner.
Julius Julianes, saludos en Venezuela. Thanks for the kind words.
I've got Saavedra winning the opening round by a 10-8 margin. And rounds 3 and 4, I thought Hernandez just nicked the second round. So this is Saavedra's fight so far.
For Hernandez to step it up.
And obviously Hernandez is competitive in this fight because it's entertaining. But he's definitely losing.
Overhand right.
That's been his money punch so far. He's just got to come up with some kind of follow-up.
Mario Luna, you said bring the brawl to us. You're right. This is starting to become a brawl. Hector Barron, what up in Houston, Texas?
Get ready to loop it. Get ready to loop it. Keep looping it. Jab downstairs first. No, downstairs.
Brando Surge, you got to get Eric Raskin in the broadcast.
Eric Raskin, very good. He's now doing a podcast for Showtime with Kieran Mulvaney, and he used to be an editor for Ring Magazine.
There you go. Watch when he steps back, eh? Good idea. Stay closer.
It's 85. No way, because that's Dubai. Mentiras.
Saavedra might be feeling some fatigue now. He's not as active as he
Yeah.
was in the first 4 rounds. And this is an opportunity for Hernandez, who's
Jump
all about
in.
conditioning,
Keep your hands
or
up.
just outwork him.
Fernando de la Rosa, saludos de Colombia.
Hands up, hands up. Don't run in with your head, Mario.
Khaled McLeod. Hernandez needs to do some feinting before he goes in.
Mario, dale that right. No entres con la cabeza, Mario. That's it. Keep your hands up, Mario.
Yeah, Saavedra hasn't done much in this round. I think this one could be up for grabs at the end.
I've got Hernandez winning it so far.
Nice, Mario.
He's landed the more effective punches. He's had more moments.
10 seconds to go in the 5th. And blood falling on the Dougie's notes. We're going to the
Yeah.
6th round.
My notepad has been christened for Thompson Boxing Presents.
Welcome to Thompson Boxing.
Yes.
Agent Frutos, what's happening in Truckee, California? Hector Lopez. He's a big Patriots fan. He has the New England Patriots cap on. He ain't worried about that right now. His young fighter, Martin Hernandez, is down on Doug's unofficial scorecard.
Yeah, Hernandez working the body, working a jab, keeping Saavedra's back against the ropes. In other words, fighting to his style. He's working 1-2s. He's catching leather, but he landed more leather in that round. I scored round 5 for Hernandez.
What up, Sal Sanchez? Watching us right now. Hey, Sal, you guys see him? He's on the Facebook. Type in how hard it was to fight Saavedra. Like, give us a scouting report of Saavedra. You beat him last in October. Undefeated Sal the Beast Sanchez will be fighting very soon. I think he's fighting in April.
Now you go right there, Mario. Look that right hand. You gotta have that. Eso.
Gabriel Quiñones, saludos.
Hernandez needs to be a lot quicker with that jab. He's jabbing to the body, but he's not really snapping it. He's not being quick with it. He's leaving himself open to be counterpunched. And Saavedra's proven to be a pretty darn good counterpuncher.
Alex Quijas, 619, checking in. Saavedra picking it up now. San Luis Potosí really enjoying their guy.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? He got hit with that left.
And you hear Hector, keep your hands up.
Yeah, Hernandez is dropping his hands more, and he drops his hands when he jabs, and when he throws that right to the body.
Like that.
Yep.
And he gets hit again. Sal Sanchez, tight. About Saavedra. He's tough.
I see that.
Sal, we know that.
I think he's more than tough. I think he's crafty.
Yeah, Sal, you don't
I
talk
think
and you don't type either, do you?
I think he's very intelligent in there.
Hey, Sal, does Saavedra have power? Because you guys went back and forth for 8 rounds. Does he have a lot of power?
Hernandez needs to be working the body on the inside, both hands.
He's doing none of that.
And when he's at mid-range, when he's in front of Saavedra, he's got to have his hands up. Now, Hernandez has been the aggressor. He's been the guy coming forward in this round, but he's gotten the worst of the exchanges. I have Saavedra winning this round so far.
Ulysses Sandoval, what's happening? Yeah. With the Catella High, had a good time there. Speaking to the students.
You see how Hernandez was just kind of pawing with that jab? That's no good. And I think Hernandez is feeling fatigued now. That was a nice right to sort of the armpit area.
Hernandez, mouth underneath the right eye. This round, he's had his mouth wide open, Hernandez.
Ooh,
some blood from the mouth of
from
Saavedra.
yeah.
Big old snot coming out.
Was that from the nose or the mouth? His back was to it, so I couldn't see, but I sure saw.
We saw
the blood. Yeah.
We got a brand new canvas, Saavedra christening it. It's from the mouth, Doug. Sal Sanchez says that Saavedra got good pop on him. Thanks for the scouting report, Sal. Good talk. Good talk.
The Mexican national has got heavy hands.
Little Mana jamming. Thanks to everybody. Appreciate you supporting Thompson Boxing here once a month. Doug Fisher is my new partner. Be here hopefully every month. We'll be traveling to Salinas sometime this year.
I love Salinas.
Oh yeah, the Garcia family
The
loves
Garcia
them.
clan.
We'll be
and the home of Ruben Villa the Fourth.
Yeah, I think Ruben's outgrown Salinas.
Yeah, he's a Showtime guy, Showbox now.
Yep. And we will be going to Sacramento this year.
Love Sacramento.
Yep. And for those of you wondering about Midland, Texas, well, tell your city council.
Demand it.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Taxes, baby.
Right.
Still a club show. Mario Luna, what's happening, man? Watching you guys for the first time. We'll make it a regular. Appreciate the kind words, Mario Luna. Always easy when Doug Fisher, the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine, is here. Rigo Alfaro checking in for the Salad Bowl. 831 Salinas. Good boxing. Seventh round of action. Mario Hernandez, in my very raw eyes, needs to step it up.
Yes, he does. As I scored that last round for Saavedra, but I imagine there's a possibility that at least one of the official judges scored it for him because he was the aggressor. He was coming forward the whole round, and he closed pretty strong, but he can't continue to get hit with flush shots like that. And the shots that Hernandez gets caught with are so clean, and his head swivels a little bit. I mean, those are the kind of punches that judges take notice of.
The ooh and ahs are all for Saavedra's punches.
Exactly. That's a great way of putting it.
Like that one. Big right. Swelling around both eyes of Mario Hernandez. He got the black gloves.
Yeah, Hernandez, he's still game, but he's slowed down a lot. And Saavedra has also slowed down, but he's more economical with his punching. He's more accurate and economical with his shots.
What up, Anthony Perez in Washington State, 509. Sunnyside, Washington, wherever that's at. Less than a minute to go in the seventh. That voice you hear faintly, that's Hector Lopez, the trainer for Mario Hernandez. Hernandez went down in the first, been playing catch-up the entire time. Lead right for Siete Barrios. Just joining us. Good scrap, it's our main event. Thompson Boxing, Doubletree in Ontario. Sold out Doubletree. That's how you start off 2019.
The fans are getting their money's worth.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is a really good main event.
5 fights tonight, we've had 3 stoppages so far.
This is just a fun style matchup. Their styles mesh up to create drama in exchanges like this one.
Saavedra is somebody, if you're A matchmaker, you're like, let me be careful with this guy.
You know, this is a lesson to folks watching this stream and folks who are criticizing Elliot Brown for his record. You can't judge a fighter by his record.
Oh, you can't. La mano arriba, that's a Kuduro. What's up, Emilio Sanchez? The kid fights for Golden Boy. When are you fighting again? Sal Sanchez's brother, that's how he should be known. Ricky Romero, former Toronto Blue Jay, watching us right now. Hey, Ricky, there's another dude out here from Toronto watching. My intern is working the camera. He's working the crew. 14-year-old. Ain't no answer. He's like, let's go, get to work. Right there, my man. Look, they're still serving alcohol here. Alex Quijas, any Thompson cards coming to San Diego? I know they want to, but as of right now, nothing there. Christian Crowley watching us in Brighton, England. What's happening?
Oh, what time is it there?
Yeah, what time is it, Christian? And don't Google. 8th and final round, they touch gloves. Beth Moran, Doug Fisher, our main event from the Doubletree in Ontario. As Mario Hernandez needs to go for broke.
Yeah, Hernandez at least needs a knockdown if he wants to salvage a draw.
He went down in the first. Hernandez. He's got the red boots. Saavedra, Sete Barros, San Luis Potosí. Dedrick Bell, what's up in Memphis, Tennessee?
Hernandez has to go for broke. He can't worry about headbutts.
He's gassed, Doug.
He shouldn't. Now he is gassed. He shouldn't worry about tying up his opponent. Shouldn't worry about grappling. I mean, this is good.
Well, Saley said, contact me to get Thompson massive viewers on Facebook. Man, we don't need no spam.
If Hernandez's punches stray a little bit low, it's all good. He needs to be rough and rugged in there. This is where he doesn't need to be.
Because he gets hit
He'll
like
get
that.
clipped every time. Every time. If he's just standing right in front of him at arm's length, forget about it.
Renato Guerrero, right now Santana struggling, bro. Justin Perez, Midland, Texas, Dutchover. He was on the broadcast earlier, man.
Dig deep with that right hand, Mario.
I'll tell you what, Hernandez has a lot of guts. He's got a lot of character in there. He's not easily discouraged. He keeps trying. Wasn't able to figure out Saavedra's style. Couldn't get to the point where he could anticipate what was going to come from the Mexican national.
There's a reason that Alex Campanovo put this fight together to see what they had in Hernandez. Jose Licia, contact Alex Campanovo regarding anything.
Oh! That right hand swiveled the head of Hernandez. Blood was spat out of the mouth. Hernandez still in there winging punches. Still trying to work the body. Not a lot of leverage on them, though.
A lot of heart.
But this is what he needs to do. He needs to swarm Saavedra.
30 seconds, Mario. You gotta go, baby.
Saavedra closing this fight strong. Hernandez, a lot of heart.
Yeah, Hernandez can't outbox or outpunch Saavedra. He's got to try to outwork it. It's his only chance to win a round.
And the fight is winding down.
A nice right hand landed by Hernandez.
John VR watching in the Philippines. What's happening?
Both guys giving it their all, emptying the tank, just letting it all hang out. I love it. And so does this crowd.
And that'll do it. They go the distance. Fun fight. Mario Hernandez a lot of heart, but Luis Saavedra won the crowd, Doug. He's not from here.
He deserves it, though. He deserves the crowd's adulation.
That's the thing. A guy nobody knows shows up, puts on a show, and you want to see him again.
And you like to see a journeyman get the opportunity to have a real training camp, get 8 full weeks, and come in and be in a co-main event that gets upgraded to main event status and have the opportunity to do what Saavedra just did. And I think he scored the upset. I scored 6 of the 8 rounds for Saavedra, plus there's a 10-8 round in the opening round.
Yep. Jose Licea, appreciate the nice words. If you're serious, contact Alex Capanovo regarding that. Doug and I, we just talked, bro. I don't know anything about that stuff. Mario Luna, I want to see 7 again. People want to see Saavedra again.
7 barrios.
7 barrios, dog. Not 7 mares, 7 barrios. True boxing. Look at this. He's won the crown on Facebook too.
I'm glad to see that. Now Saavedra, he's an intelligent boxer. He's got heavy hands. He's accurate. He has a versatile style. You know, he can stalk. He can stick and move, and he's very adept at switching his stances.
Fun fight. Fun card. The Doubletree in Ontario. Thompson Boxing. Go to Thompson Boxing's social media page for a full schedule and calendar of what's going on. As always, the reason we have this stream is because you, the fans, get involved. Danny Barrios in Phoenix. Look, we've had Philippines check in, we had Australia checking in. Francisco Salazar, fantastic rider. Luis Saavedra dropped Mario Hernandez in the first round.
Yes, opening round. And Hernandez showed so much heart and spirit in getting up from that and battling as hard as he did. Just wasn't able to figure out the style of his opponent. And looking at their bodies, he seems so much smaller.
Yep.
I wonder if it's possible for Mario to get down to 115.
He should.
Yeah, because maybe 118, you know, he's small. He's 5'3".
It's hard to find opponents at 115.
Yeah, that's
Doug,
true.
Troy Grudden writes, I don't know if I call a 22-year-old who's 76 a journeyman. Why would you call him a journeyman, Doug?
Because of his record, because, you know, he loses. You know, you bring him in, and he's competitive with these unbeaten prospects, but he loses. But tonight, I think he got the W.
Sonny Franco's got the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 exciting rounds of boxing, to the judges' scorecards, we go for the official decision. Eddie Hernandez is about 79 to 72, while Fernando Villarreal and Zach Young both see about 78 to 73, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from San Luis Potosí, Mexico, Luis Fernando 7 Barrios Saavedra.
Luis Hernandez improves to 8-6, goes the distance, and he hands Mario Hernandez his first defeat. Congratulations to Saavedra as he goes back to San Luis Potosí.